to you. I'm not the best record keeper in the world, but I would say that in my career as a rabbi, which is almost, or it is about 38 years since I've been in the pulpit, which is a pretty long time, I've probably spoken publicly over 2,500 times, but maybe more than that, actually. And when I think back at that, I also know that I've always tried to speak to the moment, to be able to somehow take something from our tradition and see how it speaks to us during this day, these times, etc. Often the times are such that it's easier to find those things in the tradition. After all, religious traditions are meant to give comfort and solace. Religious traditions also bring hope, and those are such fundamentally important things in being able to face the challenges of living a human life and moving forward. I really believe, and this is not a confession, but in all my years, I've only used the same sermon 2 times or 3 times. I've spoken about the same few themes over and over again, but each time the context is different. Last Sunday night, I watched 60 Minutes, and because of the segment on Brené Brown, I recalled that about 6 years ago on one of the High Holy Days, I spoke about her work. She's a clinical psychologist, a therapist, and she's also a very well-known and sought-after public speaker. And it's specifically or particularly because of not a YouTube, but a TED Talk that she did about 6 years ago or 7 years ago. When I saw the TED Talk, the first time I saw it, there were just a few thousand people that had heard it. A very good friend of mine had recommended that I listen to it, and I did. And I knew that it spoke to something really essential in the High Holiday liturgy. And that is what Brené Brown spoke about was, and she's a very confident woman, but she spoke about vulnerability. And she admitted to her own vulnerabilities and spoke about the fact that it's something which is really human and something that all of us share, because we all have hurts from the past and we all face a future that is really uncertain, that we don't know. We all want to really present ourselves well. We want to look good, but we're never quite sure that we're capable of doing that. And then there's insecurities that we all share also, based on things like our health and the outside world that we don't control. The fact that we don't control that much is a reason for us to feel vulnerable. The problem is that we learn lessons that we're never supposed to express that vulnerability, that we're supposed to appear like we have everything under control and that we're strong. We're strong men, we're strong women, and that's it. And yet we also know that we come from a tradition and from a people that have experienced many vulnerable times. And we've been able to get through those vulnerable times, and we've moved on. This Shabbat is Shabbat HaGadol, and it's a preparation for Pesach. But in its very first Shabbat, before the first Pesach, before God passed over our homes, we were told that we had to get a lamb to sacrifice in order that we would be saved. Our people were at their most vulnerable, having been enslaved for so long and knowing they were facing Pharaoh's wrath. The vulnerability, though, isn't just a corporate vulnerability. It's not just our people, it's also personal. And now we're living in a time where the whole world feels so very, very vulnerable. And I think it's really important for us to be able to speak about it, to be able to express it. Some of us have been sheltered for 3 weeks and still, every time, and I don't know if you experience this, but I do. I wake up in the middle of the night and my throat's scratchy, or I've been sitting here at my computer and I've got a headache and I'm thinking, this is it. It's all over now. But it's not, and it hasn't been, thank God. But to be able to say so is really important for all of us to be able to admit it, even during good times. What made me want to mention this whole idea of vulnerability isn't just that it's Shabbat HaGadol and our people knew that they were at their most vulnerable and God came and saved the people in the story. And it's not just that I saw Brené Brown last week on 60 Minutes, but it's because today I learned about the death of one of the truly great performers and singers of our generation. He he is a man named Bill Withers. And if you don't recognize the name Bill Withers, you will recognize a few of his songs. He crossed the divide between soul music and the blues and popular folk music also. And amongst his most famous songs were Ain't No Sunshine, which you all know, but also a song called Lean on Me. And if Magda had not been so busy this week and things that she needed to do to take care of herself also, I would have asked her to prepare it, but I didn't want to. Rather, what I want to be able to do is to talk about this very soulful man, a man who came from great poverty, but had the deepest of spirits and understood the depth of human feeling. And that was reflected in so many of his songs, whose lyrics were rather simple, but his lyrics were so human. So the song Lean on Me is one that you all know, Lean on Me. And I want to read its lyrics. And I wish I could sing it, but I don't want to embarrass myself, or if any of my kids are at the service tonight, I don't want to embarrass them. So Bill Withers wrote, lean on me. We know there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm going to need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those needs, those of your needs that you won't let show. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need someone to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need someone to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there's a load you have to bear that you can't carry, right up the road, I'll share your load. If you just call me, call me. If you need a friend, call me. Call me, call me if you need a friend. Call me if you ever need a friend. Call me, call me, call me, call me. Call me if you need a friend. Call me, call me, call me, call me. I want to know that I can call you. I want you to know that you can call me. And we have to let each other know that we can call each other. Shabbat Shalom. Rabbi Yasha Kochech Cantor, and we'll conclude our service with, name that tune.
Times in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Oseh shalom bimroma, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael vehi me'u Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. I
Amen.
guess you
Shabbat
never
shalom.
you never fail to surprise me.